So here I'm commenting on this post where I'm saying they were corrupt as hell. They were the worst of them all. Because this guy is saying these police never took bribes. So that means the apartheid police from old, they never took bribes. This army never took bribes at the border. So this is the army and this is the police. So they were corrupt as hell. They were the worst of them all. And some guys says yes, and this guy is just insulting. So anyway, I don't know if people believe really that in the apartheid times in our country, that the police, the apartheid police and the soldiers were not corrupt, or even the politicians were not corrupt. There's no way you can run such an evil regime and not be corrupt. It's impossible. It doesn't make sense. It's impossible. There's no way. I don't know what's your thought, but it's impossible. I disagree. They were corrupt, probably the worst. This account was basically appreciating Tito Mboweni, saying that he was the best minister, finance minister of our country ever. And this comes because of Enoch Godongwane's disastrous budget speech. So my response was no, he was not. He was not perfect. He was not the best. He occupied that position so long with less scandals, to an extent that people thought he was really good. He was not. He was not good. So I mean, he was an ANC politician. You know how it is with the ANC politicians. And besides that, I don't think he was good as people are just trying to praise him. The thing is, the dead, they always get the most praises. Tito Mboweni, when he was alive, people never said these things. Even when he was no longer a finance minister, people never posted these things and appreciated him. When he died, I remember that day, when he died, everyone was busy on the streets of Twitter. They were busy appreciating him, appreciating his cooking, his cooking skills, because he usually would post when he's cooking the fish, cooking the meat, cooking the chicken, cooking all different things in his retirement. And people used to insult him and troll him. When he died, people were starting praising him like a hero, and which is not true. I mean, he was not a hero or anything like that. So that's why I'm saying he was not a hero. The fact is that actually it's because he's dead. The dead receive all the praises, even the bad ones. So that's my thought. I don't know what you think. Because this minister, he occupied this position for a very long time. Probably you have some thoughts about him. I don't know. Let me know. So in this post, I was commenting to Ronaldo Hose. I don't know if you know Ronaldo Hose. He was a DA parliament member, and then because of his racist videos of the past, he was expelled from the parliament, probably even expelled from the DA, because now he speaks about the DA even in most basic things. So basically my comment here was when he was talking about the budget speech of Enoch Godongwana, showing that the way the government is spending money is more or less like an abuse of funds, overspending and unnecessary expenditure. And he was quoting more about the grants. He was talking more about the grants, especially the COVID-19 for the unemployed people. So my comment was, when the ANC continues to give out free money to the poor and unemployed, it is another form of political strategy to get more votes of these majority voters who are told and believe that if the ANC goes out of government, they will no longer get it, meaning the money. It's like they are told it's the ANC money, not the government's. When ANC people, when they campaign, they use this point as their stronghold to get the go-go's, the unemployed, and the single mothers to vote for the ANC, saying that if the single mothers and the go-go's and the unemployed don't vote for the ANC, if the ANC goes out of power, they'll lose the money they're getting, whether the child grants, the elderly grant, the disability, and the unemployment grant. So I'm saying this as a fact. I know it's true. I don't know about you. Probably you've heard it. Maybe you've not heard it. Maybe this is new to you. Probably you think I'm lying, but this is true. They're using this as a talking point to get to the voters, because the majority of people who are voting for the ANC are the poor, unemployed, and the go-go's and the disabled people. And the ANC thrives with those voters. So they know it. They know it. This is a political strategy. They know this. So I don't know what you think. Let me know. So here, Chris Excel. I think you know Chris Excel. I think you know Chris. These days, he's also following me. Recently, I think a few days ago, he just followed me. So this guy is very funny. He's funny. He trolls. Sometimes he speaks serious issues that speaks to, speak to reality. But in most cases, he's just being funny. And also, he trolls people really hard. He attacks. In this post, he says, every time you think life is fair, always remember Black Coffee with just one hand. He achieves 10 times more than what Major League's DJs couldn't achieve with four hands and big heads. So I don't know if you know about the Major League DJs. They're twins. These guys, they're basically twins. They look alike, identical twins. And so he's saying that this guy, Black Coffee, with just one hand, he achieved 10 times more than these two guys combined with 2 heads and 4 hands. I think it's really funny. So my comment, which people really loved, says, South African comedians, don't come close to this catfish. You've killed comedy with your broken English. Are you this trolling and funny in person? So really, I said this from my heart, because when I looked at this post, it was really, really funny. And if you actually go through the comments, people are laughing left and right. People are laughing left and right like crazy. So basically, that's my point about this guy. Sometimes you like him, sometimes you hate him, because he doesn't care. He just does not care. So here I was trolling Cassper Nyovest. I was really trolling him really hard. It was at the day of the budget speech, when we were complaining about the budget speech, the VAT increase. So he comes, he says, I'm dropping the best music video of the year. And then he goes on to tell us on Tuesday, 18 March and all of that. So I just came hard. I said, no timing, no manners. We are busy with VAT discussions here. Please wait outside. So I really came hard. So people really love this, the likes, the bookmark, and you can see how people, really loved this. They're laughing their lungs out. I guess I've become a comedian myself. Remember, this guy is a celebrity. So putting him in his place like this, anyway, I don't know. Do you think it's rude? Do you think it was necessary, or it was out of place, or are you his supporter? The mayor of Joburg. The mayor of Joburg, his name is Dada Morero, and he says that Prof Moya, he says, by far most useless mayor of the city of Joburg. If the ANC were committed to improving Joburg, they would not appoint an incompetent mayor to lead South Africa's largest economic hub. That is why they must be voted out to restore our country. Totally agree. This guy, there's not even one thing that we can point to that he has done or doing or busy with. His presence is an absence. It's like he doesn't exist. Because there's nothing that we can point to and say that he has done. And basically, he doesn't exist. If you're in Joburg and probably you're aware of something that he has done, let me know, because I know nothing. I've seen nothing. And I've been watching the news lately. There's nothing. And maybe there is one or two things that you can point us to.